Hello and welcome to the Sweaty the Farmer and the news. Here are the freshest news from the internet. Super Virgins! This is our weekly show where we discuss some of the most important news in the gaming world. I am the London gamer as the Sweaty.
I'm Lucho the farmer. Thanks for coming together this week to talk about some relevant news.
Some of the relevant, more freshest and straight out of the oven and delicious news from last week. Last week? Yes.
From this week.
From this week. Last week. This week. What we are publishing next week, so it will be like it will be technically last week's news, but they're fresh.
It is always this week news.
But we publish on Monday.
If you say last week, it means that take a week before Monday. News before that.
Okay. I get it. So the first weeks in the docket are Starcraft II, new Starcraft II all game bed found a new studio. As like half of Blizzard is doing now. Lootboxes, lawsuit claims Electronic Arts ran an unlicensed illegal gaming system. And finally, NBA 2K keep putting unskippable ads in his $60 game. So, what is this about this new studio? We have another new studio?
We have another new studio.
Yes.
On the heels of the announcement of Dreamhaven? No, on Blizzard putting Starcraft.
Yeah, out to pasture. So now they have time for new things, right? The veterans from these places, right?
Yep.
When did he retire from it?
Who?
Well, the developer who is founding this new studio. I wonder when
there are a lot of them.
It is a bunch of. So is everybody like at this point? Is everybody just leaving Blizzard and forming their own studios?
I feel like that's pretty common.
It is pretty common. That's the trend.
But I'm not surprised about that.
You're not sure what?
I'm not surprised about that.
You're not surprised about it?
No. But not only for Blizzard, but like for anyone.
In general, not because Blizzard is Blizzard, but in general.
Yeah. I mean, no, like if you think about it, you have spent a good couple of years. Like, most of these people have worked at a big company.
Yes.
At some point, why not make your own company? And it's like, try your own
things.
Try your hand at your own company and see how it goes.
Frost Giant Studios is the name of the new company.
Yep.
So you think they're gonna, let's see, Tim Morton, production director, CEO, former producer director of Starcraft II, and CEO of Generals. Command & Conquer Generals 2, both good games. Tim Campbell, game director, producer, former director of Wasteland 3. Lead campaign director of The Frozen Throne, Warcraft 3, one of the classics. Expansions for Warcraft 3. Senior program founder, co-founder of Day 9 TV. Oh wow! Is she? I think she is the wife of Day 9?
The wife of Day 9?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen Day 9, right? You know who he is?
Nope.
No? He was a very... Alright. He was a very prolific Starcraft II player. Right? And then long time ago he started when Twitch was in his infancy, he started streaming Warcraft 2 matches and teaching people how to play and strategies and that Starcraft matches. And now he's a big it's funny because he now transitioned to Magic, and now he's a big streamer for Magic events, and he casts the war events and all that sort of stuff. And he did like some variety games. He's very cool. He's very good streamer for me. Well, to my knowledge, I really like his content, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, he used to do like very prolific Starcraft player, and he used to do content and all that sort of stuff.
And
very cool too.
That is important because
I don't know. I just
that has nothing to do with the people here.
Nothing to do. It's just a little bit gossip. Like as soon as I say like co-founder of Day9 TV, that's his brand, right? His Twitch streamer content creator brand. I was wondering like, oh, maybe is his wife. He has a wife.
That doesn't matter.
But now I'm wondering, is his wife? Is that his wife? Now I want to know, you know?
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for the news, but I just want to know, Lucho.
But that's completely. I mean.
Anyways.
That is the meaning for the value that the person has done on their own merit.
Yes. So, what do you expect from this studio? What?
That's really what, you know.
What?
What you did is really what, you know.
Why? I just want to know if she's her wife. I'm just curious. Like, I have no different intention or anything, and I'm not like saying that she's less of a person because of it.
No, but that's kind of the problem, that you only did it for her. And that it was completely what was the right word? Unprompted.
Why?
You're because you're not checking your own bias.
I don't know. Like I saw the name 9, I was like, oh yeah, I remember.
I know.
I like him as a streamer, and I now wonder if that's her wife because I don't know. I know that he has a partner, but I don't know anything about his personal life. I'm just curious. That's it. That's my remark there. He has no bad intentions or anything.
It may not have bad intentions, but it comes across.
I'm sorry if it comes across like weirdly. I have like nothing weird. Anyways, so what do you expect from this studio, my friend?
No one knows what to expect.
Do you think they're gonna like do RTSs?
They are. They have that on their webpage.
Cool. So do you think they're gonna bring like the new RTS evolution as we were talking about, like refresh the genre?
Maybe it is. That's the speculation.
Like I have a question for you about like the RTS genre overhaul, and it's always good that we have like new studios for it, because it's a genre that is, I don't know, I have the feeling that it reached its peak like when Starcraft II released, and like around in the 90s, 2000s, it was very strong genre, and then like around the 2010s, suddenly it started to die down. Like you don't have that many new good or revolutionary or very press cover RTSs, right? Back in the day, like I remember, you have a lot of options of good RTSs. You have Starcraft, you have Command and Conquer, you have Red Alert, you have the Dawn of War series, the first iteration, right? And even in top of that, you have the first iteration of Total War, you have the Age of Empires franchise, right? And it was a bustling genre, right? Around the 90s, 2000s. And now, by now, it's super died down. The only big RTS that people know about is Starcraft II. Nobody knows about the others. And it's a shame because I really like this genre. Like, I play a lot of RTS. Like, the majority of RTS I just named to you, I play them a lot. So I'm hoping that they can revitalize the genre. What do you think it needs to come back?
I don't know. The problem is that it has never been like a super sexy genre. and the order of entry, like for normal people to a competitive scene, is super hard.
Yeah.
It's super tall.
So yeah, because what you're saying is exactly what happened, and I think that kind of diminished the genre. I know. So you think it's not gonna, because of the nature of the genre, it's not gonna like get like wide reach appeal?
Probably not. Like it's not easy to pick up and get good at an RTS.
Fair enough, because they try to do what you're talking, like kind of streamlining the genre, make it more accessible via the squads kind of modification that a lot of those franchises adopted, right?
Yeah,
like
but
Command and
that
Conquer
was...
tried the squad approach, and that
was...
yeah.
I mean, that was always Command and Conquer's selling point. That was its differentiating factor. And when StarCraft, when Dawn of War 2 tried out, it was a blend between that and a less resource management intensive game.
Correct.
They were trying to find their own thing.
But I get the distinctive feeling that the squad didn't quite do it.
I mean, it is. What do you mean it didn't do it?
Like I feel so there like it didn't reach the mass appeal that they were hoping in the RTS genre. But I feel at this point, after seeing everything that
Command and Conquer fans will disagree with you.
Yeah, but like the first Command and Conquers were RTS, like classic RTS, like the ones before the well, maybe fans will disagree with you. Yeah, you're right. I personally did not like the squad genre.
Okay, that's
so, but still, like still.
Make it clear, that's your opinion.
It didn't grab the mass appeal as they were waiting. They were like hoping for the Command and Conquer, for the squad base kind of modifications.
I don't think that was a problem of squad itself. It just Command and Conquer has had a
rocky
rough patch.
I know.
So.
But then my question is like, is it that it is a very niche genre? Maybe you should like leave it as it is. That's my question, right? Like, there's nothing wrong in having niche genres in your video games, right?
Oh, it probably is a very niche genre.
So,
and I mean, the streamlined version of an RTS is a MOA. That's why MOAs are popular. Because they are easy to pick up. Correct. But because it just strips down all the interesting things.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna say like in general, the RTS genre is one of my favorite genres, but definitely the most wide appeal. You get birth to the most wide appeal genre now, that is the mobile game. So even if the RTS itself can be a niche, you have to be very aware of it because it gives birth to one of the most popular video game genres.
Not only that, RTS are interesting in itself.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's very, very good games. Anyways, best of luck to this team. Hopefully, like, produce great RTS games. I'm looking forward to play them. Very big fan of the genre RTS.
We'll see what they produce.
Yeah, we'll see. Still years, but we'll see. Canada is actually legal grounds to prove that EA Games have been running an illegal gambling gaming system via loot boxes through his games since 2008.
Since 2008?
Yes. Because they have loot boxes like systems in their games since 2008.
Sure, but I forgot the word.
Yes.
There was an European country who did something similar to this.
Yes.
Maybe
It
last year.
was. I think it was something with B. It's not Bangladesh. It's not Britain. It is.
Because Bangladesh is not in Europe.
Yes.
Britain is not a country.
It's one of those countries that is not Sweden. I know that it's not Sweden.
That's what I didn't say any name.
Yeah.
It was a European country.
Yes, I know,
sure.
and they absolutely abolish the loot box use, and a lot of people forgot the word. And a lot of people cover it, and a lot of companies stop selling loot boxes in that country. Man, what is the name of the country? It's important. Well, anyways. But now they're setting a precedent, because now if you know what happens, like especially in Canadian and in Canadian and American courts, is like if you set a precedent, if a case like gets a favor judgment of what you want to do, then you can like base all the lawsuits in that legal background. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why this is super relevant, because if this lawsuit gets like approved, then you can start like suing companies with gambling like systems and loot boxes, and in Canada at least.
Yeah.
So this is super good for the
restricted to Canadian law. Yeah. Yeah.
This is super good for the fight against insane loot boxes and bad microtransactions practices, especially in $60 like in experiences in games that you play up front. Because if this was even if this is going to hit the free to play market, because of the type, is better for the player, because that way we have more control of what kind of microtransactions and gaming systems they put into the games. Even if they're free to play, even if they're $60, they have to respect the player. And more of a concern is they have to respect who they play, because all this was born because the companies were kind of putting children into gambling. That was one of the biggest arguments against the loot box system and all those kind of gamey kind of systems. So,
yeah.
Just says, eh. So that's why this lawsuit's super important. That if it goes through, you can have like a bunch. You can sue big companies for bad microtransactions or aggressive microtransactions practices. Don't you think this is good?
No, but it's not about microtransactions. It's just about loot boxes.
Yes. But
those are different things.
Yes.
100% different thing.
Yeah. Loot boxes are microtransactions.
Yeah, but not all microtransactions are microtransactions.
But not all microtransactions are loot boxes, yes. But still, like, it is good that it will set a precedent. Especially because they're suing a big catalog from EA. Like a big ass catalog. That's a lot of money. That makes the company think twice before putting aggressive this kind of aggressive systems in the games. You think it's good?
I don't care.
You don't care. You don't care about loot boxes or aggressive microtransactions in games.
Not much, to be honest.
You don't care about the children that get affected by this?
No.
Get gambling addictions where they're like 9 years old?
No, it's not my problem.
Okay.
I mean,
so
you cannot take away the responsibility from the parents. You cannot put a kid in front of a window to a world like any console is.
So you're blaming the parents?
Everyone has blame.
All right.
You cannot only blame one party. That's right.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like anything in life. Like you cannot sit your kids in front of TV and hope they do all the education. The same thing. You cannot sit your kids in front of a video game console and hope video games do all the parenting for you.
Do the parenting for you? Video games are not very good parents. I will say that.
Of course, they're not. They're not that.
Yes.
They're just a form of entertainment, and gambling is a form of entertainment.
Yes, that
perfectly
is
fine.
That is correct, but it still is I think overall is good news. Good news.
Sure. It's news.
It's news.
I don't know if it's good.
All right.
I don't mind loot boxes as much as people.
It's been a big fight, by the way. Like it's been like a big fight about loot boxes. But I think we're making progress in stopping the casino-like things in games. And for our last
casinos
news,
are fun.
talking about bad practices in games. So, what do you think? The example here is easy. You are watching Netflix, and then in the middle of a movie, you get play an ad.
If you don't pay enough in Netflix, that happens.
No, but you pay in the service, right? You pay in the service.
It has
fine.
different tiers.
Is there different?
It does.
All right, so then the next example is this: you buy, I don't know, the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Rises Blu-ray, and then in the middle of Dark Knight Rises Blu-ray, they play you an ad.
Who buys Blu-rays nowadays?
I'm giving you examples to put you in context of what this is bad. Right?
No one buys Blu-rays nowadays.
Well, imagine that you do for reasons.
No, I don't.
Imagine that
That's
you do
why
for
we have
reasons.
the internet.
So the thing is, like, they already charge you for the game, right? And they're putting ads in the middle of, like, before, like, I think in middle games, and on top of that, the actual game, like the actual decoration of the game is full of ads, right?
Okay.
And now they're playing like actually ad videos in the middle of like cutscenes and stuff like that. Imagine if you're playing WoW and suddenly you get an ad for, I don't know, Mountain Dew. After a Jaina cutscene or something. Or in the middle of a Jaina cutscene.
But there, it doesn't make sense. On an NBA game, it does.
So it's, again, so you still don't care about developers doing this kind of insane stuff?
I don't play NBA 2K.
I know that you don't. But imagine if you... how do you feel, again, if you are in the middle of a WoW cutscene and then they give you an ad?
I wouldn't play the game anymore.
You wouldn't play the game anymore. That's your stand, right?
Yeah, of course, that's my stand.
So what happens if this becomes widespread?
Well, I won't play those games anymore.
You won't get any, you won't play any game anymore. So you will stop playing WoW if this happens in WoW.
Of course.
You hear it here first, people. Vote with your wallets.
I have always how is that news? I have always said that.
Yes, but this is news that they keep putting.
I know
ads.
that I know that this is news, but my position is that you should vote with your wallet. That's it. You don't like what they're doing with the game, don't buy the game. Don't play the game.
This is what we keep saying about this kind of very aggressive ad practices everywhere, especially in sport games. Like this has been super rampant in sport games. And we don't
because people keep buying them, so they don't like the people who play the games. They do not care.
Half of the time they don't have choice. They don't have a choice.
Yeah, they have a choice. Don't buy the game.
If you are a sports game genre aficionado, there is no other NBA game. It's the same with the Madden and the FIFA. There is no competition. There used to be competition in the 90s. There used to be competition in the 2000s.
And whose fault is that?
I don't know.
The consumers.
The big companies consolidating the rights, basically.
That's not. I mean, FIFA has always had the rights for FIFA.
Yes.
Since forever.
Yes.
The fact that pro soccer failed is not FIFA's fault.
Maybe.
How's that maybe?
Well, is that the only competition to FIFA?
It was.
It was the only
years ago. Pro Evolution Soccer was the only one.
Yeah. So that's the problem. They corner the market so much. EA and 2K corner the market so much in this franchise that they have no competition. Nobody can come in and says, "Oh, look, this is a better build sports game," because they don't sell. They sell the sports franchise, sell the rights of the sports, of the names in the sports games for like years in exclusivity to these companies.
Yeah.
Right. So there is no possible competition. Like, how you can compete if you don't have like the famous names and the attraction of the game, even if you do a very good game on the actual genre.
I mean, Pro Evolution Soccer was a good game. That's why it survived for a while.
Yes. But again, he could not pay the rights because especially this is very bad in Madden, because the American Football Association, I think it's called, they signed an exclusivity deal with EA for all the rights and all the images and all the names of the players for like, I think it was 5 years, 6 years, something crazy like that. So anybody who wants to build a better and good American football game doesn't have access to any names of the teams or the players or anything like that, or images or anything.
Okay, and
that's the problem. Like, how can you compete and create actual like market competition and give the customer a better option if it's impossible to do?
So are you saying that the only thing that matters in a sport game are the names and brands that appear there?
It's not the only thing that matters, but it's a huge appeal. And I remember because Pro Soccer had continued lasted from EA, because some of their made up teams symbols were similar to other like actual real life symbols from teams.
Okay.
And so it just makes the competition even unfair, because if you have like lawsuits and money to try to bully everybody around to not touch your franchise, then it's a problem, right? They're monopolizing their right to publish a very bad NFL game and give no options to the customer.
Okay, then that's not the company's fault. That's the legislation's fault.
So you want you want the legal stuff to be stronger?
I don't know, but like what you're saying, is it a fault that a company is doing all they can to make money? I mean, that's kind of the only point of
a company. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what's
kind of the point of a company.
Like, I mean, I'm not defending EA. I'm just saying,
yes,
the whole point of EA is to make money.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
They're not doing things for the good of their heart.
They're not doing they're not doing things because...
And no company is doing that.
So companies should have no ethics at all.
They don't. They should. They don't.
All right.
They're not people. They're
not people.
Just companies. They just make money. That's the whole purpose of one of these companies, and of any company for that matter of fact.
They just want the money. Money.
Isn't that true?
Yeah,
Why
it's
is
true.
this
It's true.
surprising.
Yeah. The problem is like when you as a consumer have no options to not support the company. Like if you want to play a certain genre.
Sure, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's
I
my problem.
I don't disagree with that, but that's what happens in an unregulated market.
Correct. And they keep
So
doing this. They keep doing
sure,
more.
but it's my point is just you cannot blame the company for doing the things required to make.
Yeah, basically we need better legislation around this, like better laws around these kind of practices and that sort of stuff, right?
It's either that or people turn around their faces and really vote with their wallets. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's funny. I think, especially in the sport genre, I think the exclusivity image deals shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
They should be like I agree that they should be like trademark protection and that sort of stuff for brands of sports teams and that sort of stuff. But I think the exclusivity usage of things is bad for what I'm talking about, for making better products and competing against each other.
I know where you're coming from. There's probably like a good legal case to say that will harm businesses and stuff like that.
I don't see.
So that thing probably will never happen.
Like I don't see why it has to be exclusive. Like if I again with this example, if I want to do a very indie interesting or a medium range interesting football game or basketball game, like in the 90s. Where they do like these wacky kind of sports games, experimental, and I want to use famous things. The only thing that I should be needing to do is go and buy the rights, right? But if they keep telling me like, oh no, you just sell, they can refuse to sell me. That is legal, like. But exclusivity deals, like in paper, sounds very bad for competition. For healthy market competition.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's my opinion. It is an opinion.
I don't know. There are so many things that come into play that it's really hard to tell.
Yeah. That is my uninformed opinion. I'm not a lawyer or anything.
That is a very uninformed opinion. But that may be true. It may be a case. I wouldn't dare to say anything about that.
Fair enough. But I feel like for competition's sake, that exclusivity deals, I feel that bad.
It could, but the people selling the rights would say that they are losing a lot of money.
They cancel the rights to whatever. Like the thing is, that makes no sense.
Not because of that. No, but like let's say that anyone can buy the right.
Yes.
And you can set the rates at whatever you want.
Correct.
They can always come like there can always appear things like saying, okay, I have this exclusivity offer from this company that is 3 times the money that I would make any other way, and then they will sue the law because they're losing profit because of those kind of things.
Because you cannot do an exclusivity. That's what you're talking about. That they will sue because they're losing money.
Yep.
Because they can't.
If something like that happen, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally plausible, but that's the point. Not doing exclusivity, even if it's a lot of money. Like you can do your rights without exclusivity. That's the point.
Yeah, but the moment that the companies are, or that the brands feel like they're losing a lot of money, they will put all their legal weight into not losing the money.
Yes.
So that way those kind of things won't happen.
Yes, but my opinion is like for a healthy market, they shouldn't be exclusive deals, even if they're very profitable. Because of course they exist because they are very profitable. But my point is that it is a thing. It is a thing about ethics and morals, and it's like it's different, more than just for profit and stuff.
But we're talking about companies. We're not talking about ethics.
Yeah, but again, you have to have a regulated market, as you told me. That means rules. Even if rules hurt profit in some markets, they exist.
Sure.
There you go.
What I told you, that the only solution is probably regulation. What I'm saying now is that the regulation is never going to happen because it is not in the best interest of anyone.
Of course. Not for the companies.
Not for anyone. Like even if you are a politician, you're not going to gain anything out of that type of legislation.
Well, you make a bunch of consumer habits and make a better competitive market.
That's no political incentive to stuff. You should know that.
I'm not a politician. I'm just saying what's gonna I don't know what if politicians want the better for the world in general. I think they don't, apparently.
Yeah, they don't.
There you go. Thank you.
That's unsurprising.
Yeah. Anyways, with that note of politics and law and very, very opinionated dangerous ground.
Oh, the groundbreaking opinion that politicians don't want the best for the people. So controversial.
Groundbreaking revelation, my friend. My friend.
The least controversial thing that I have ever said here. The politicians.
I don't know. We're running a light, enjoyable news podcast. So
come on.
I'm gonna leave it
not
there.
The hardest thing that I have ever taken.
I know. That's it for the news, my friend.
So stupid.
What?
They're trying to make sound my opinions like they're like hot takes. The hottest take of the century.
The hottest take of all.
That's all for this week's news with The Sweaty and the Farmer. My name is Lucho. You can find me on Twitter at Lucho.
And I am the London Gamer, and you can find me on Twitter at the London Gamer, and on Twitch on twitch.tv/LondonGamer, where I stream Mondays to Fridays. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and tell everybody that we have the hottest and better opinions directly from Lucho. The hot takes. And tell everybody, spread the word, my friends. We are controversial officially. See, we go viral. Thank you for coming to The Sweaty, the Farmer, and the news. See you next time.
Bye.